This is not financial advice. This is Crypto.XL. Good day, folks. How are you doing? Let's jump in. All right, so Bitcoin has pulled back, right? We've hit 73,700 and we've pulled back. I believe the low point was about 59K in some exchanges, 59,700. So we've pulled back there and then we've bounced, right? A way to look at it is that we've used the prior bull market top for support. Now it's true that we've broken through it, but I do not feel that this is the end of our run. I feel it's normal and natural for markets to have pullbacks, right? If you were to look on the weekly, we've just been going straight up, right? And nothing goes straight up. And if you were to see something that went straight up in a straight line, then you would be entering the danger zone because whatever goes straight up comes straight back down, right? So we don't want Bitcoin to go straight up. It's actually healthier if we were to hover around here for a while. That would set up proper market structure or a more stable market structure. Because again, if we go straight up, there will be no testing of resistance and no testing of support. And when we fall, there would be nothing to brace us. So it's actually good for us to just settle down for a while, to calm down, to get our bearing, and to recalibrate and to reset what we're doing. In the meantime, what I would be doing right now is I would be looking at which altcoins are strong, right? So when Bitcoin pulls back and altcoins start to bounce back, which altcoins are the ones that are bouncing back the strongest? And Solana is one of those altcoins. Solana is indeed a Patreon gem, and I've always felt that this particular crypto has a lot of backers behind it, has a lot of conviction, and is going to garner a lot of support during this bull market. So if we can go on the daily here, Solana has been on a rampage, right? Not only has it bounced back, one of the coins to bounce back the quickest, I also noticed that during a pullback on Bitcoin, this was actually green. Now, when it was green, it wasn't up 40% in one day. No. But if you look at the chart, this is slow and steady gains, right? So aside from this crash here where Bitcoin had its crash, so it's slow and steady gains to the upside. And so on pullbacks, I would be looking to accumulate some Solana, right? And and so what I would say, right, is you look at the crypto bubbles right now, you would see that well, you do have some green. I'm actually surprised to see this many green. So I think that the market is starting to come back a little bit. But generally, most of it is red. So most of it is red, and you'll have some green in here, right? So that means that again, you're going to have some outliers, but pay attention to the coins that are doing well in in a red market, right? Which coins are bouncing back the quickest? There's also a lot of bargains, by the way. There's a lot of bargains, and you can also pick up the coins that are down significantly that you wanted to get into that you are not able to get into, right? Such as Salama. Now, Salama is definitely not one of my biggest picks, but if you look at Salama, right, you'll see that it's down 50%. So if you wanted to get into this meme coin, you'd be able to get in now at a 50% discount. Yam is also down significantly. Um, True Turt is down 24%. Friends is down 20%. Or Orange, or NJ is down 20%. Myro, and the like. If you continue to look down the list, right now, as far as Patreon gems, again, there's a lot of discounts. I wouldn't let this current the current slide back of Bitcoin dishearten me, and actually, it would encourage me to start, accumulating. This is the reason why we keep cash on the side. We keep cash on the side for the dips, so we can accumulate during the dips, right? Now, Dex check has started to come back up. I know it's extremely difficult to get into Oracle tier in the index check. Uh, I would accumulate on the dips, right? There was a significant dip. I think it went down to almost 0.11, 0.11 at some point, 0.15. So slow accumulation on these dips. That's what I would do, and eventually, I'd eventually make it to that Oracle tier, right? Other games, again, it's starting to come back. I don't really know what more else to do, because it's like we're saying, oh, I wish I bought this coin before. I wish I had the opportunity to do it. And then we get an opportunity on a dip, and it's human nature. That's when everybody's scared. We're scared that it's going to go lower, and we're like, oh, I'm not going to buy it because it's going to go lower. What I've learned to do is ignore that fear and to just accumulate a little bit, right? I don't have to accumulate a massive amount, right? But I could dollar cost average in, and that's what I would do, right? So you're going to have some gems that are up, some Patreon gems. Again, for the Patreons, there are a lot of them that are down, and I would recommend the coins that you have the strongest conviction in, right? And the Patreon gems, I would recommend accumulating them on the dips, because a couple months from now, I don't think we're going to be able to get these prices again, right? And crypto is not a get rich quick scheme. Yeah, I think it's a misconception that we come in today and by tomorrow we're selling for 300%, 400%. Try to get out of that mindset, because most times when people try to get rich quickly, and by rich quickly I mean, you put in something this week and by next week you expect to retire. Most times when people try to do that, try to get a quick flip like that, you end up losing all of your money, right? It's the same thing like leverage trading, right? 10x leverage trading, because you swear the market's going up. The reason why there was a flush out, there's a bunch of other reasons, but one of the main reasons I suspect is to get rid of the liquid, get rid of the high leveraged traders, right? People doing 20x leverage because they swear Bitcoin's going up and this is it. And they just, all they have to do is wick the candle down 10%, and all of the money is gone, right? And then they wick it back up 10%, and then all of the shorts are gone. So again, manage your risk, and don't do anything that would be considered, too abnormal or crazy. So everything is proceeding according to plan. I did say that, I'm getting a little bit apprehensive, because we're just going straight up. And even though I am bullish on crypto and I want to, make a tremendous amount of profit, the portfolio was looking ridiculous, quite healthy. I do realize that, if we're just going straight up like that, it raises cause for concern. The further we get away from that 69,000 is the more volatility we're going to experience, right? So it doesn't mean that this is our top. No, by all means, this is not our top. I don't believe that. But I expect volatility from here on out, right? I expect in both directions, right? And I'm not going to get out of the market because of fear, because I could go out of the market and wake up one day and Bitcoin's at 75,000. So we're not going to do that either. We're going to remain slow, methodical, stoic. We're going to stick to our plan. We're going to DCA in on the dips. And, by the vision is not for next week. It's not for by next week my portfolio is going to be triple. That's not the vision. And if you think like that, I think it's very, very dangerous for you. Really, really dangerous. The vision is to dollar cost average in slowly, methodically over a period of time, and more so on the dips, and not to be concerned with zooming in, looking on the day to day. That's another way people lose money too, is when they look at it day to day. It's up 10% today. I'll trade, I'll buy, I'll sell on a daily basis. That doesn't really work too well either, because we're not traders, right? None of us have the skills to be like successful traders. 95% of traders are not making money. They're actually losing money. Right? I don't know too many traders that are, I'm retired, but I'm a trader. I know. And traders that I meet usually look like stressed out. They're always serious, stressed out, uptight. They're glued on their phone all the time. And I think a reason for that is because they're not really making money and they have so much at stake, right? They're actually losing money and it's not a good feeling. So I'd rather just DCA over a long period of time, slowly, methodically. And I'm not trying to hit it out of the park and make $1 million by next weekend. That's not my thing. I'll just slowly dollar cost averaging. Nothing too exciting, just slow, methodical. So if you look at where Bitcoin was, it came from 15,500 and it went up to 73,000. Had you been slowly and methodically DCAing in, especially on the dips, you'll be sitting nice right now. You're up 3x on your money, right? And so when we have a 30% pullback from up here, and so if you're up way up, you're up hundreds of percent on your money. When you have a 30% pullback up here, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's not really a big deal, right? And that's why we need to zoom out and we need to DCA in slowly. I know that we're entering phase 3 of the bull, and it's like, why DCAing now? The reason why is because it's better late than never, because I still think we have a chance of Bitcoin going over 100K. I still think there's a chance of a parabolic move happening in the future. So when that parabolic move happens, if at that point you feel like taking some profit because you're in profit and you feel like taking out your original what you've put in, then that would be a smarter strategy than trying to time the market in and out on a daily basis. Because I'll tell you right now, 95% of people who try that lose. It's most likely you will lose if you try to, up 20%, down 40%, in and out. See, the market makers and the people in charge of the liquidity know human psychology, so they know how to shake us out of our positions. They basically know how to take our money. So they'll use your emotions against you if you try to day trade. That's why day trading is not really, I don't recommend it. I will say, like, if you do want to build that skill, then you can do that with like maybe 1% of your portfolio. So yes, it's a good skill to have, a good skill to build. Like all skills that human beings have are good skills to have, right? But being that the success rate is so low and the learning curve is so high, it would only be like 1% of my portfolio. It would not be like 40% of my full portfolio day trading. Another thing with day trading too is like, I'm going to take profit because I'm in profit and I'm going to, with my day trading. And then you take profit because you're up 30%. And then the thing that you took profit on goes up 200% over the next 2 days, right? So it works both ways, both to the upside and to the downside. So that's why I'm not really a big proponent of day trading. I'm still DCAing in, and I've made some purchases recently. And if you'd like to see which cryptos I'm buying and when I'm buying, feel free to check out the Patreon link down below. You can see it in the YouTube attachments. So absolutely, stay focused, stay stoic. It's nice to be excited on the upside, and I know it's kind of sad on the pullback, but try to control your emotions, detach yourself from the market, and just look at it analytically. I mean, analytically, we were just going straight up, and analytically, we are also still in a bull market, right? This look at this. We're still going up. So despite the pullback, it's still going to continue to go up. Now, what happens on April, around April 20th at the halving? What happens here? Do we continue to go sideways? Do we come down a little bit? Do we pump? Time will tell. No one can tell the future. No one knows for sure. I will say that I don't think the environment has really changed that much from what's going on. I do think that because of the ETF, we have more momentum now. I know a lot of people know about the halving also, so there's momentum from that. I know anything's possible in the market, so we can have pullbacks heading into the halving or right after the halving. That's also possible. But I've also seen the pullbacks that we've had in the past, the past year, and these pullbacks were kind of weak. They're like 20% pullbacks, right? When we're used to 40% pullbacks in the bull market. So what I believe is that these pullbacks, I anticipate maybe 20% pullbacks around this area. So there'll be dip buying opportunities for me, and I expect extreme volatility after the halving. Right? We're talking about June, July heading. Extreme volatility. So we could pump very high up, and then after we pump very high up, we might have a big pullback. So that's what I anticipate to happen. And I say that with a grain of salt. No one can tell the future for sure. All I can do is try to manage my risk, make smart strategic decisions, get in on the lows, continue the DCA in, buy on strong projects on pullbacks and dips that are going to outperform the market, such as Solana. And then when we get 2x Bitcoin, when we go really, really high, should that happen, to take a little bit of profit just to secure my bag, secure my entry, right? So I have those funds secured, and then let the rest ride in a moon bag, right? So that's how I would look at it. But things are going according to plan. Remember to control your emotions and control what you're doing, and you'll be fine. This is Crypto.XL with your update, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Don't freak out, guys.